Hey guys. Oh, they're so awesome. Hi guys. Oh, look, it's like both of our teams. That's awesome. Yes, so Amy invited her Golden Aboves last minute to do this with us. So super excited to have you both on tonight. Both our teams. Okay, she's just looking at everybody that's on. All right. Yay, there's a ton of you guys on tonight. Okay. We're just trying to get situated here. Okay, I muted you guys all. If you want to say anything at all during all this, just unmute yourself or type in the comments, but we'll open it up at the end if you guys have any questions. So tonight we want to talk about a couple things, but mainly our reports and why they're so important. I know a lot of times as your team is growing, maybe we work so hard on just getting you going and growing your teams that we forgot the basics of the basic functions of your back office. And there's so much stuff back there that is the heartbeat and pulse of our business that we need to be looking at every day. And I always tell everybody, that's not what you're doing all day. You're not going to spend your time in your back office, but you need to know what things to be looking at to get a handle and a pulse on your business, what's going on every day, what your leaders are doing, how you can pinpoint numbers to figure out what's going on with them, how you can help them, how you can get them to the next rank next month, maybe who's signing without convenience orders on. So those are some of the basic things that if you're not looking daily, hopefully after this call, you guys will be really honing in on it and paying attention because we love reports.
Yes.
But we don't spend our whole day back there.
No.
Yeah.
No. So some of the things that you can be looking for, guys, and this is we're going to be all over the place. So just know when you go to your back office, if you are a gold ambassador, obviously you're a gold or above on this call, you need to know how many people you had added last month. So you have to know numbers. I mean, we're not really numbers people, but you have to know numbers. So for example, if you're trying to hit senior gold, how many people do you need to add to your team the month prior to hit senior gold the month that you want to hit? And you have to have that number in your head. Maybe you need to make a goal board. Maybe you need to take a whiteboard. And if you're going for senior gold, we all know that that's 50 people and your levels 1 through 3. So maybe you need to take a whiteboard and label your whiteboard 1 through 50 and fill in names. So the month before, you pretty much know who's going to go out, who's going to be, their convenience orders are on, that their credit cards work. So you're putting your people filling in the blanks. And then you're like, okay, well, I know I need to add 22 this month to hit senior gold next month. And so you need to shoot for that, guys. You need to shoot for numbers. And so how you're going to do that is you're going to go through your reports and you're going to look at the people that say senior ambassador. Do y'all know how to sort your back offices by like achieved ranks and all of that? Do you know how you double click? Do y'all know how to do all of this? Like double click in your back office?
That's what we're talking about tonight. I told them to come with their laptops and their tablets.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we could kind of walk them through it. Just the basic functions.
Okay, you start.
Okay. So what Amy's talking about is if you guys have your laptop or your tablets with you, log into your back office and click reports, detailed genealogy. I'm going to try and get there myself. I'm going to try and minimize this so we can look with you guys.
Are you going to screen share?
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Hang on. Okay, so you're going to click reports, detailed genealogy. And this is truly the hub of your business. Everything is back here that you need to know anything about your team and your entire organization and leaders, everything. So get familiar with these basic functions. So, oh, it's kind of loud. The neighbor's making some noise. Okay, so now you're in your detailed genealogy. What she's talking about is these top labeled boxes, name, level, member ID, all the way across. That's what she's talking about. Double click on. So when I log into my back office every day, I double click on upgrade date. So by doing that, it brings all the newest people on my team down. So, and it also includes customer upgrades and all the new people that have joined from this day backwards. And it's also really good because you don't see all the white lines. Because Amy and I do not focus on white lines. I know lots of people say, do you focus on white lines and trying to get them back? Or do you ever look at them? And we're like, no, we are looking at the green lines and the new people coming into our business and keeping that number as high as we can to outpace the attrition. So Lauren had asked a question, what percentage do you account for attrition? And that varies every rank you're at, because as your team grows, your attrition will grow. So a senior gold ambassador, I would probably say 30% attrition rate. Mm-hmm. And then Ruby, senior Ruby, you're looking more towards 40, 45 to 50, emerald and up. Because as your team grows, it's not that you have more people hanging on. You actually have less people hanging on, bigger attrition, but you're bringing in more people because of the duplication and momentum. So log into your back office and you see those columns. So I double click upgrade date and I go, okay, let's see who's all been added today. I reach out and I congratulate them. If they're in my 1 through 4, I just say, hey, great job sponsoring someone today. So awesome. So proud of you, because I believe in acknowledging, because I remember going through the ranks and every time I sign someone, even still to this day, I am so pumped. And it's so good that you are being acknowledged by your upline. So you guys are all going above and you have teams. So look and see who is sponsoring people on your team and give them that recognition and encouragement. And then secondly, you want to be looking, and we know the system takes a day to update for newbies. So you want to look from the previous day back, who has their convenience orders on, and more importantly, who has them off, as in none, where it says none, none, none. Those people join without a convenience order. So you reach out to them just as if you had no clue and just say, hey, you probably totally missed a step. You didn't have your convenience order on. Here's why it's super important. It's so easy to get it set up, and you're going to love Plexus. And this helps you, this makes sure you don't miss any of your products next month. So that is key, because you don't want the whole month to go by and at the end go, oh, let's see who joined and how many people are there and who, because then you've missed the boat. You've got to catch people within 48 hours of signing up and let them know, hey, your convenience order is not on. You can't do it like 3 weeks later and then maybe they don't really care or they don't know the importance, because when they first join, they're very excited. So what do you do for convenience orders when you're looking that people don't have it on? Same thing?
Yeah, you just need to message them. Like, I go through my convenience orders and I make sure they all have them on. And if it says none, I'm reaching out. Even if it's my level 4, if I have a leader that I know is working the business, I'm not going to like step on their toes. But if I know that that person probably is not doing it, then I will do it, because you have to take charge of your own business. And you know what? If that leader does say, why'd you reach out to my person? Just know that, just say something like, well, I'm trying to help you with your business and I'm so excited, to get these people going. So just go ahead and reach out. It's your business to make sure people have their convenience orders on. The stat shows 80% of people that don't turn their convenience orders on never order again. 80%. So you're signing somebody up and you're not putting their convenience orders on, well, they're probably not going to make you any money, and they should have been a preferred customer.
Okay, so now that we're looking, what were you talking about? Double click, like paid rank, achieve, all that stuff. What do you look for there?
So what I look for, like Lynn's doing it according to green lines, which is great, because you want to send those green lines, ambassador welcome letters. Maybe that's what you do, to get that connection. You send them a video of yourself saying, hey, welcome to my team, whatever it is to get that personal connection. But I also, when I'm recognizing, like at the end of the month, like we just had the end of the month, huge month for both of our teams. You can go in and you can double click on their paid rank, right? Where am I looking? Paid rank.
Yeah.
Yep. Paid rank. You can double click on that, and then you can go through and see everybody that ranked up. And then you can say, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you made gold. So glad you made senior gold. And you can congratulate people. And it puts it like all the associates, and you click your page over, and then all the silvers and all the golds. And so you're going to be able to sort your back office. If you double click any of those top buttons, you're going to be able to sort your back office, and it's going to make it a ton easier. And so what I do is I will go through, and when I see all the senior ambassadors, you know how it says SR.ambassadors? Those people only need one more to go silver. That's it. One more. So you need to reach out to every single senior ambassador and say, hey, I am so proud of you. You have 2 ambassadors on your team. You need one more to go silver. Who can you get on a 3-way call with me? Who can we get on a Zoom? Because I want to help you achieve that first rank. And so you need to make sure you're reaching out to every single senior ambassador. And there could be somebody on your team that like they think they're going silver. And they're really not, because they don't have their 100 PV, or like last month they got 2 people with welcome packs, and then this month, you know, it's 100 PV. So share your screen. So basically, you have to make sure you're walking your people through. If you sign somebody up, is your job to help them get to silver. So 3 people. So you're going to have to sort that back office so you can see what your team is doing, right?
Yeah, I can share my screen. Hang on. So we can talk about this with you guys. Share screen, right? And I just go here. No, I want to go to the back office, what I'm doing.
I don't know. You're
Share
going to have,
screen.
wait. Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, now everyone's on the side. Oh, good. So we can like work. Okay, can you guys see it? You guys see my screen? Yeah, people's personal, but that's okay. Okay. Y'all know about white lines and you get like so discouraged? Diamond here, look at these white lines. Okay, just hope that makes y'all feel better because we all have them.
Oh, it makes you panic now.
So many white lines. Okay, so what we're talking about is I go to upgrade date and I click it. And then so this shows for today. These are new people today. And then you click it again. And then this shows from yesterday back. Okay, so these people immediately that I see, white, those are who we want to reach out to. Mm-hmm. And they do not have their back border on. See, it says none. But some of these greens say none too. So you really want to look at convenience status. That's what you want to look at. And you can actually sort that column too, and it'll bring up all the none people first. So see, you know, we're doing a good job of sponsoring people with it on, but there's none. So these are the ones that we want to reach out to and say, hey, I noticed you signed up. Maybe it was a mistake and, you know, you didn't have your convenience order on. And here's why it's so important. You know, that 60 ways, 60 days, getting them to commit and really see the value in our products, not for 30 days, but for 60 to 90 days. And then what Amy's talking about is paid rank. And they used to give us achieve rank. I don't know where that one went. So paid rank. And then, okay, so this would be associate.
You need to show, you're going to have to go to your last page to show them. Go to your last page, like 5,000, whatever.
Oh.
All the way down.
Okay. Oh, or you could sort it again and it would bring.
Okay.
Well, they're still associate.
I know. Double click it.
Okay, there's like senior ambassador.
There you go. Now you can see like how it says senior ambassador. And do you want to know how, like, look at this. Stephanie Shaughnessy is a senior ambassador. This is a great night to choose reports.
Yes, but not really. So she has like a gazillion points, but you know how you have to have a certain amount of personally sponsored hit their 100? Well, we're only on day 3 of the month. So I'm not even what rank I really am in points. Okay. Yeah. So none of these people, they're actually all. So you're talking more towards the end of the month because then they're super close.
So basically like last month, you would go to the month before. You would go to the month prior. So you'd go
4.
Yes, and then do it.
And then you want to click update report, and that's good. This is going to bring April in play, where people ended in April. So I want to go sort.
It's all about troubleshooting, guys, and like just clicking around everywhere and figuring it out. But you have to be able to know how to sort. And all of those top lines, those top columns can all be double clicked and they can all be sorted from now back, which is great. So then go all the way. Yeah. See how you can see silvers, and then you can click and see how far away they are from gold, because you have to, with your level 1s, you have to let your level 1s know how far they are away from ranks.
Look at all these hundreds of people I had on my team last month, 1 away from silver. Senior. This is what she's talking about. Wow. Okay, Team Allen, we have a lot of work to get people to silver this month. Mm-hmm. That is a ton of people. So that's what she's talking about there. What else do you sort by? Those are the main things we look at.
Okay, so here's another thing you can do. If you want to know what somebody on your team is doing, like, for example, Jessica Williams, a girl that's on the call right now, just hit senior gold. If I wanted to know, you know, how many she needed or how close she was, let's take this person's focus ID.
Oh, yeah.
Do y'all see their focus ID number? This girl, Susan Hunt.
The member ID is their focus ID.
So 2442877. Remember that. 244. What did I just say? 244 2877. Okay.
And she might not even have a team, but
she might not have a team, but do you see how you put her focus ID number in there and you hit update report?
that's going to show her report as she views it, not you.
So you can see, she doesn't have anyone, but you can see somebody's whole back office. Do you know Stephanie's by heart?
No, but Scott's. Let's put
Okay,
Scott's.
we're going to do Scott's. So she can put in Scott, her level 1 ambassador ID number in.
I think that's his. It's been a while. I always log in with his username.
And
okay.
she can see his whole back office.
Yes. This might not. Yeah, I'm not sure. I always log in with his username and ID. Okay. I'm not, okay, so.
Oh, well, you can search. Watch this. Do y'all know how to do this?
Here's a learning point. Yes. So this search bar here, if you're looking for a specific ambassador on your team, you can put in like, I'm looking for Scott Allen. I'm going to click it. So when sometimes people message me and say, hey, can you, so-and-so, can you check if they're silver yet or gold? So I type their name in and then I hit enter and it's going to bring up just that person. So here's Scott right here. So his number 191359. Okay. You put their ambassador ID in the focus ID, update report. This is really important because this is how you view your leaders' reports as they're logging into the back office and seeing them. So this is his report here. So I can sort and do all the stuff that I'm doing on my team on his team to see who's, signing up with back orders, who is close to silver, who's close to the next rank. So if you have someone on your team that's close to gold, put in their focus ID, pull up the report, and help them count line by line their numbers and how many people they need to get to gold. Because if they're shooting for gold, you're not going to be sorting through hundreds of pages of stuff. You're just going to have like 1 or 2 pages and sorting through, okay, who's active? Who has their convenience order on? What are you looking for? And projecting those points with them. So this is a really important one that you can sort and see their reports just like they're seeing them, so you can just go over things with them.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, guys, it's very important is you need to train your people to have their 100 PV go out at the beginning of the month. So if all of you that are golds and above, you need to set your auto ships unconditional to put your own, you're all purchasing your own products, and set that at the beginning of the month, because then you can project points out longer. And so when you are growing your team, when you're level 3 waits until the 25th or 26th or 27th, to put their orders through. And then your points drop a lot.
With compression, and it happens as you rank up.
Yeah, so make sure you're trying to set a tone in your team where everyone's orders going out around the 1st of the month, because then everyone can know and they can base their points on, oh, okay, her order went through on the 1st, and you can just, be aware that orders should go out around the 1st. But yeah, see, all of these, we're looking at questions. Okay, so Jessica Curzon, a welcome letter. When I first started, I literally sent out a welcome letter with a water and weigh and measure chart to every single person in my levels 1 through 4 that joined my team, unless they were under somebody like Crystal Grady, who was a rock star and who did the same letter as I did. But yes, I definitely recommend sending a welcome letter. I also like the thought, if you're brave enough, of doing a welcome video. Eric and I did this, and we had such success with it, where it was like just a short 2 to 4 minute clip that was like, welcome to our team. Our name is Eric and Amy Paul, and we're Diamond Ambassadors with Plexus. Thank you so much for joining our team. That short little video that people see, really makes them feel a part of it. So it's just going above and beyond. I know we're busy. Like right now, I don't send out a welcome letter anymore. I should, but I don't. That's something I really need to write on my to-do list, because it was really good to do that. I do send out a customer welcome letter to every customer that joins my team, and you find those customers under customer reports. Let's show them customers.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Reports. Customer report.
Mm-hmm. So,
and we're looking at Scott, so he does not have any.
Oh, well,
all of his fell off a long time ago. We haven't had any.
That's because we push.
We grow our team.
Yeah, but customer reports, basically you get a customer on your team, send them a customer welcome letter telling them how to take the products. You can even send them a video. What I do now is I send the triplex video by Jennifer Pickett. If y'all don't have that, we can post it maybe in the comments. But Jennifer Pickett has a really good customer video, triplex video, and so does Jill Weirness. And so you send the triplex video, a weigh-in measure chart, and a water chart, and then a letter.
And I send Brooke Hemingway's what to expect when starting Plexus video.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. And it's in my team page. I've got it on my sample welcome email. That's literally what I send everybody. You want to keep things simple for them, because I used to send them an email with a ton of stuff and they'd never even read it. So I sent them like, hey, watch these 2 really short videos and read the Plexus initial instructions, and then let's talk when you get your products.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it simple and duplicatable.
Very simple and duplicatable. So remember to read your customer reports. If you have a customer for a month, you need to follow up with them at like week 3. I mean, you should be following up, seeing how they're taking their products, how they're feeling. But by week 3, call them. I know it stinks. I am the worst person at calling people. I do not like calling people, but I've discovered if I call people, I have a higher success rate. So at week 3, call them and say, hey, I know you're loving your products. I would really like you to get the discounted cost and get a few people, do you know a few people we could talk to about Plexus, and you could sign and then try and upgrade them. Okay. So try not
get them already thinking about going silver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So try not to keep a customer on board for a long time. If they're loving their products, you need to flip them to wholesale. Okay.
Okay. I'm just reading the questions. Can you post the triplex? That's your girl, right? Or is that,
yes.
Okay. You can post that in your golden above. What we were talking about, those triplex videos that we send everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's really just the nuts and bolts of what we want to talk about with reports. They're not confusing. They're very easy. Those are just the very basics that you need to be looking at every day. And then when you log into your main screen and it's the dashboard, it gives you a real quick snapshot of what's going on with your team. That box to the right, the member summary, that's not including upgrades. So that's why I go into detailed genealogy and sort by upgrade date. So I'm not missing people that upgraded and saying, oh my gosh, yay, you signed an ambassador, because those boxes on the main screen do not include customer upgrades and a couple other things that are really back in the detailed genealogy part. So those are the main things. And then we just wanted to give you some tips and advice to really just completely rock May. You guys, both our teams had such an incredible April. We're on, the top like leaders board, and it's so crazy. And she's partly why, find an amazing sideline sister. She's always pushed me outside my comfort zone to do more and be more. And that's what we want for you guys. And so many times my team says, gosh, if I could just be Amy Paul and talk to everybody. You can be Amy Paul and talk to everybody. If you take it out of your mind that this is something scary and you're afraid of, just be you. Just talk to people like a normal person, and Plexus will come out so naturally. Like today we were out shopping and people are like, oh, what are you shopping for? We're like, oh, this convention. We work for Plexus. I mean, that's not awkward, right? This is our job. This is our career. We share it. So if you guys view it as your job, your career, I don't care if you're still working a job, this is also your other business. This is your business. This is your baby. Why would you not boldly share this with people that, yes, I do Plexus, and oh my gosh, our products are so amazing. We're this health and wellness company, and this business is completely changing my life too. It doesn't matter what rank you are. And you guys are all golden above on here. That's some life-changing income that you need to share, because $1,000 or more a month is life-changing for 99% of the people we all know. Mm-hmm. So you've got to be sharing that, and stop being afraid to share with people. Even if they're in your warm network, stop being afraid to reach out to them and say, oh my gosh, I know you've seen, I've posted Plexus for all this time. I think you'd be amazing at this. I'd love to chat with you. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple. We don't have to overcomplicate the process, because we are growing so much now that the person that's boldest to share with someone is who's going to sign them. So we have got to get out there and share. And, Amy moved to the town that a lot of our team's in, over in Tallahassee area. And they're like, oh my gosh, we better share. Like, Amy Paul's out here sharing with everybody. And I'm like, good. I hope it's a great example that you guys can share with everybody too. Because there's nothing different from all of you and us. We're just out there sharing. And if we hear no's or no thank you, it doesn't bother us. Like today, the girl, we were like, oh, we do plexus. She didn't even ask. She didn't even care what we did. So we're like, all right, next, whatever. We don't take it personally. We don't care. So what other tips? You always have the best tips and inspiration.
Well, I always feel bad for people because I'm like, if they only knew like how much our lives have changed. I mean, literally, I used to budget a coffee. I used to budget going out to eat for a family of 9. So if they only knew. And so I want to just tell y'all really quick, and leave y'all with this because I know it's like 30 minutes on. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Okay. That is really, really huge because, once you make it to Emerald, once you are making $8,000 a month, $8,000 to $10,000, you get your Hawaii trip, you get your Lexus, guys. You're not looking back and saying, wow, that took me like 4 years. Wow, Amy and Lynne went way quicker than me. Or, you're not thinking that way because, guys, this is our own business. The only reason that it's so in our face is because we do 99% of our business on Facebook and social media.
And we're watching people's success on purpose. We're not watching the other 90% that can't even go silver.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, however many, there's like I don't know how many ambassadors with Plexus now, but
over like probably 500,000 almost.
Yes. Yeah. And you want to know how many people work it or have quit? You know what I mean? Think of the attrition rate. You saw our back offices. We have a ton of white lines because people quit at the rank you're at right now. Do not be a quitter. Do not think, well, I'm only a senior gold. Oh my goodness, I'm only a senior gold. I've been doing this for 2 years and I'm only making $1,500 a month.
That's crazy.
Right. Don't think that way. Change your mindset where it's like, I am making $1,500 a month. I'm still able to work my full-time job. I'm fitting this in the nooks and the crannies of my life. That $1,500 pays our grocery bill, our grocery budget, and our car insurance. Like, switch your mindset around to where every time you talk about Plexus, it's positive because your mindset says a lot about you. So think about like right now, what just came out? An email. I don't know if y'all all saw the email about Plexus. Plexus has not raised their prices
in 9 years.
Years. So they just raised their prices. I think the Slim went up $2 or $3 a bag. So are y'all going to, as leaders, get on your team pages and your chat groups or on Lynne's team page or my team page and complain and be like, wow, look at the price point. Oh my goodness, and complain? Or are you going to be the leader that's like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes business sense for Plexus in 9 years to never have, moved with the current times. Things change. Housing prices go up, everything. Be the leader that people look to as a positive example that is business minded and business savvy, not emotionally driven. This is no place for emotions. Network marketing is relationships. So emotions do get involved because we're all friends, but people want to see you as a boss babe. They want to look at you and see you as, wow, I want to join her team because she's going to take me to the top. I had a girl message me the other day. They signed up. She runs a very successful homeschooling moms group. She actually searched me out. She said, I watched many videos of you and about 4 other diamonds, and I chose you because every time you spoke, it was with authority and belief and conviction, and I want to join your team. I didn't find her. She found me. So I want y'all to know that people are searching for someone like you, a leader that's going to take them, places because they believe that you can do it. So you have that belief in yourself, okay? I mean, there's people in this call right now senior rubies that are like amazing. There is no difference between y'all and us. There really isn't. It's just time. And guys, failing forward. You are going to fail so many times as a leader. You are going to look stupid to your people. Your people are going to think that you're like ridiculous and they don't know what you're doing, but that's okay. You have to learn. You have to evolve into the person, that you're supposed to be. And that takes time. It takes reading really good books. It takes learning from people like Lynne and I and other leaders. Like, we can brainstorm with y'all. If we unmuted all of you, each one of you could give us something that we could benefit from. Each one of us. Like, we don't know everything. We haven't arrived. We're not like, oh, we're diamonds. We know everything. No way. We just signed up really amazing people that are y'all on our leaders call. So just keep digging and don't get discouraged. Do not stop digging because you have not found your rock stars yet. Keep digging. They're right around the corner, but you have to do the work. And doing the work is sharing like I do, sharing like Lynne does, reaching outside of your comfort zone, joining Facebook groups, friending somebody in Perry County. After you go to their bakery, you friend them, and then you look at their friends list and think, oh, look, that person looks pretty normal. She has 4 kids and is like me. And you start friending. Friend friends of other people. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't even have to know them. People want a social network. So find somebody from your high school. Just go randomly, find somebody from your high school, look at their friends list, and start friending 10 people. I know that sounds crazy because you're like, well, they're strangers. You can say, hey, I noticed you were friends with Stacy. Her and I went to high school together, and your pictures look your profile picture looks so cool. So I just thought I'd friend you. It's not weird. People do it all the time. Just do it. Guys, Airgay, she's a NASA rocket scientist. It's a Sapphire. She's friending like 50 people a day. 50 people a day by using that method. And she had, was it 4,500 PV last month? 4,500 PV. So just keep thinking outside the box and working your business.
Yes. And about putting your blinders on, I had a couple calls last night, and I shared this with one of them because I believe so much, and everyone's journey's different. We went Sapphire and Diamond together, but now she's a double diamond couple. I could all day long be like, oh, they made double diamond before me. Oh my God, I'm so slow. What's wrong with my journey? She totally blew past me, but we're both still diamonds, and I'm very thankful for where I'm at. But I'm putting my blinders on because I know in a short amount of time, I too will be a double diamond. So you have to put your blinders on, because here is a story that put it in perspective for me. 3 years ago, I went to my first convention in Dallas, 2014, and I turned senior gold at that convention. Well, I met some sideline sisters from a couple counties over, and they were on the plane, and the girl I sat next to, she had just gone senior gold, and she was in month 2 of Plexus. I was like, how? What? I'm like month 10 in, and I just turned senior gold. I thought to myself, wow, she's so lucky. She's going to be a jewel way before me. Fast forward 3 years, I'm a diamond, and she's still a senior gold ambassador. So I'm so thankful I put my blinders on and didn't care what everyone else was doing, left, right, onto the side of me, like front, behind. You have to put your blinders on. This is you. This is your business. This is your journey. However long it takes you to get there is your journey. Someone else's success over there has no bearing on you and your success. So just know you're going to get there, and it doesn't matter, because people flew by me to Emerald when I was sitting there at 8 months senior gold, and a lot of them are still Emerald. And then I flew by them at jewel level, and I would never take my journey back, because my journey was a little bit slower in different parts. I had to learn how to improve and what I needed to do better, what I wasn't doing, and working my business, and be really brutally honest with myself that maybe I wasn't working this business like I needed to be working this business. So, be okay with where you are in your journey. Be okay with that, but also don't be complacent. Set those goals high, and if you don't reach them by that definite timeline, at least you're that much closer to it. Because I laid out my goal to Emerald when I was senior gold, and I made it on time, but I didn't make Ruby on time. I was 2 months behind, but I made it up, because I knew, okay, just because I didn't hit it in December, I'm not going to beat myself up. I hit it in February, and then I hit Emerald on time of July, because I knew I'm going to keep pushing. Okay, now I'm 2 months behind, but I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep working hard. So keep your blinders on. It doesn't matter if you see someone at one of your sidelines that signed up 6 months ago and they're already an Emerald. That doesn't matter. You keep working on your business. There's so many different factors of success in this. They might have already had a huge network and they were highly influential. They signed up a bunch of people in the beginning that worked this business like crazy, but that doesn't mean that maybe one day you'll be diamond before they are. So keep your blinders on and don't get discouraged. And we say all the time, this is a 4-year career. Why do we think because we're not Emerald in 2 or 3 years that we're a failure? Because we're not. What y'all are making right now is incredible income that tons of other people are not making, that wish they were in your shoes. So just stay the course, stay faithful, stay consistent, and stay persistent. and be bold. Go out there and share this like this is your business. Just like anything else, if you started making little necklaces that you loved, you would post that on Facebook and Etsy and everywhere so boldly because it's something you're doing that you love. And that's what Plexus is. So that's all I have. You have anything else?
No. Do y'all want to, does anybody need to answer any questions?
Do you guys want to type in anything, or let's see, we only have one caller. So most of you guys could type in if you have a question. So we don't have to unmute everybody in case there's a lot going on.
I think people can unmute themselves, right?
Oh yeah, they can if they want to chat. Lori said, ask questions, keep them going.
That's so funny because both Lynn and I could talk all night.
My team knows. They always joke. I say, okay, guys, we're going to have a 30-minute team call this Monday. They're like, whatever. You never are under an hour.
Hey, Lynn, I'll speak up. It's Marion.
Okay. Hey.
Hi. Okay, so I'm curious what you felt like you had to change within yourself when you started hitting the ranks you needed to hit. Like, what was it that was the change for you?
Okay, so I was stuck at gold for 6 months and senior gold for 8, emerald for 8. We also had a new back office in place right after I went emerald. So we were kind of fighting that too. But like Amy said, it's all about how you are with your team and being that positive force for them. I never let them know if it was like I was feeling down or anything, because I had 1000% faith in Plexus that we were going to come through bigger and stronger. And you guys, we have. Remember the shipping issues last year that we thought we'd never all survive? And now like everyone gets their stuff in 2 to 3 days and it's all amazing. We totally forgot about that already, even though it was painful. So in those times I was stuck, specifically gold and senior gold, I was not bold enough about sharing this business. I was attracting 100% wholesalers and I was signing all my own people. Pretty much. I had some people starting to share right when I was senior gold, but I, for the most part, was not stepping up and telling people, I want you to join my team. This business is amazing. I need to tell you about it. So at Ruby, I really turned a corner that this was a business and this was an incredibly smart business, an amazing business model. And we had the best company behind us and products that I had to share this with everybody. And I started getting bold and reaching out to people about making money because they needed it more than I thought they did. They'd reach out back out and be like, you know what? My husband is probably going to lose his job. I need this. Or I'm deciding to stay home. I need this. Or I want to stay home. I need this. So I started also changing my brand on Facebook. I was really intentional with branding because my first year in the business, I would just throw up Plexus posts and graphics. And I look back on the time hop thing. I'm embarrassed by my own post. So I started really lifestyle branding, what this company was doing, that I got to go to Leaders Retreat, that they sent me this cute gift at Christmas or whatever they were doing. Just trying to attract those like-minded people that wanted to do what I was doing.
Oh, wait. Y'all want to know how I met Lynn? I met Lynn through Crystal Grady. She's on this call. She's my senior Ruby. She's talking about branding. Crystal found Lynn because she's like, you've got to watch this girl. Her branding is amazing. We got to copy. We got to copy all of. I remember I told you this. I was like, she's like, we got to copy all of her posts. And so I started like copying like all of Lynn's posts. And I remember Crystal, we were copying everything Lynn did. And so,
y'all are sweet. I don't even really remember that story.
Yes. And then I like messaged Lynn and I was like, hey, my girlfriend.
You're like, hi, my name's Amy Pa. I live in Hawaii.
But I'm from Florida too, and I want to be your friend. And so like, I don't know how I said it, but I was like, I got to be
Crystal for my bestie, my Plexus
so,
bestie.
yeah. So that's how I started. So Lynn was branding when branding wasn't cool. Like when we were all still sharing those cheesy Facebook graphics. And then we realized, oh, wait, like we actually have to make our life look appealing to people. Like you have to make like today we posted in front of my car. I don't know if y'all all saw that picture.
On purpose.
I hate pictures. Anybody on my team that knows me knows if I have to take a picture, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if you edit it. I don't care what you do. I am not a picture. I'm not a blue. I have no blue party stuff in me. Nothing's fun. I'm all about the money. And so Lynn's like, let's stand in front of the car and take a picture. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, hurry up because I'm trying to go shopping. Like I'm intent and focused. But I know I have to do that stuff. So as a leader, I had to learn that not everybody's a red, that some people are attracted to the fun and the shopping sprees and the Hawaii trips and the, the free gifts. And I was like, no, like just tell me what to do and I'm going to do it to make money. And so you just have to learn the 4 color personality books, guys. Huge, because you have to figure out what the motivator is for each person. Each person is fueled by something. And what is that? Is it the fun? Is it the money? Is it the helping people? The details of like the research and science, like what fuels your people underneath you? And then you work towards that and you work towards building that in your leader. And that is huge. I got stuck at Senior Ruby for 5 or 6 months. I went very quickly at first, and then I got stuck at Senior Ruby, and I look back and it was because I stopped personally sponsoring people.
Because you were in management mode.
I went straight into management mode, and I was like, how do I have to get my own team page. I have to make a better customer letter. I have to make an awesome ambassador welcome letter. I have to make videos and trainings. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have to get all these people working. And I stopped personally sponsoring people. If y'all saw last month, Eric and I sponsored 10 people. Once I realized that the number one thing you can do for your business is to personally sponsor people, my whole perspective changed. You need to focus 100%. Okay, think of a big ball, 100%. You need to put 80% of your time into personally sponsoring your own business, 10% into building your leaders, 10% into self-development. However you want to break it up, that's what works in Plexus. Is personally sponsoring has to be your number one focus.
And helping your 1s and 2s do the same.
1s and 2s are who you need to focus on. You have to have a duplication process that's easy. Like dumb it down. I call it Plexus for Dummies. Dumb it down. You don't have to make this difficult. Like there doesn't have to be an elaborate training system. You just have to get people on the phone, get them into a culture like this. Like look at us. We've been on the phone. There's 47 of y'all. And it's been, 45 minutes and y'all are still hanging on. Okay.
Y'all want to learn and you're hungry and you want to do this. So all y'all on the call are who we pour into every day. They say that spend the 80-20 rule. Spend 80% of your time on the 20% of your team that want to do this. And it's so true that 20% of the people that ever join your team are going to run with this in your entire organization. 20% will run with this and that's your success. Which is crazy to think about, and it's so true.
Crazy. Okay, so how do you present the business to a town full of low income and welfare families? Okay, so you could send them the question was, how do you present the business to a town full of low income and welfare families? So there's 2 parts to this. So first off, you send them the Christy White Diamond documentary.
Oh yeah.
Or the Lisa Shyrock Diamond documentary. She built her whole business through garage sale sites. Christy White built her whole business through reaching out on social media. And so guys, that's how they can do it. But I live in a town now where the average people work 3 jobs. They can't, you can buy a house on Main Street for like $80,000. It's a very, very poor town. So what I'm telling people is for $35, you can make a ton of money if you're willing to work with me. And so you have to tell them that. You have to just be like, you hear my belief? Like I believe if they sign up for $35, I can get them working and making money. I really do believe that if they're willing to run with me. I'm not wasting my time on people that I have to constantly call. People need to be calling me. Hey, Amy, I have a person I want to get on a Zoom with you. Hey, Amy, I have a 3-way call that I want to get on you. I'm not calling everybody all the time saying, hey, can you find somebody to get on a 3-way call with me? Like you can't be on people all the time. But the whole thing about the town full of low income, that's what you're going to have to do. Like I'm driving around a town with my $100,000 Lexus. Like, look at me. You can be me. You just need $35 and I will help you every step of the way. You don't have that story yet. So you share my story. You share Christy White's. You share people's story. But also, this is where my red comes out. So don't take offense to this, but reach above your income bracket. So if you are in a town with lower income people, welfare people, Are they on welfare because they're not hard workers? Are they on welfare? You have to be real about things because, guys, there's a lot of people out there that just don't want to work. And they say they want it because they want your lifestyle, but they're not willing to do it. And you can't help people more than they want to be helped. That's just, it is what it is. So don't be bad. Don't be like hard on yourself where like, you know, I signed this girl up and, you know, she wants this. Yeah, I have lots of people that sign up that want it, but they're not willing to do it. And then they complain like, well, I'm just, you know, in a welfare mentality. I don't have friends that have money. Well, you have to figure it out. You know, like anything in life, you have to figure it out. If you want something strong enough, you're going to get out of that welfare community and you're going to be on Facebook groups posting to people that aren't in the welfare community. Does that make sense? You're going to be posting to like homeschool mom groups or, you know, dog groups like Lori. She could be posted in the Rottweiler fan club group, you know? And so you're just like posting in groups to get out of your income bracket. I tell people all the time, I reached above my income bracket. Brooke Hemingway, I was like, well, I mean,
she's a doctor's wife. And,
she's a doctor's wife. She doesn't need money. So I knew if I could get in a bracket where people actually had money, you know, them dropping $130, like Celeste Gwynn says, she hit diamond in 6 months. If you've listened to what she said, she for real said she hit it because she had rich friends. That's what she has a video that says, I hit diamond in 6 months because my whole circle was rich.
And they jumped on it and joined her without question and started doing the same.
I live in Snottsville. Ha! Gold mine. That is too funny. Aw. Hi, guys. Millikins, where are they? I don't see them.
There's Lauren.
Oh, there she is.
And yeah, I know we sound like a broken record, but the only things that ever got us unstuck in into momentum was sponsoring new people. Still, where we are in our journey, I, you know, always try and sponsor 3 to 5 people a month too and get them going, get them running with this business because someone said to me, oh, are you like on autopilot now at Diamond? I said, no, actually, I'm working harder. I'm working harder to find new people because that bathtub analogy of the drain is unplugged is way intensified when you grow huge teams because more and more people are draining out that drain faster and faster and faster every month that you've got to keep growing and growing and growing. But it's easier once you have a team of people that have your back, that are just like you, that have this vision, that want to grow, but you've got to keep finding those people. That's why Celeste One has 18 level 1 jewels. She never stopped. She worked her booty off for 4 years and shared the heck out of her plexus business and found as many people that she could that would join her and run with this. So like that, I said, like that call we did last week, the Golden Above Power Hour, I said, I bet that's what Celeste Gwen did every day for 4 years. That's why she has all her people. She legit just shared with people every day, like with a ton of people. And I remember when I first joined, I saw her Facebook. She's like, got my little goodie bags of Plexus, headed to the doctor's office so she could hit up the 20 nurses there. So things like that, stepping outside your comfort zone. How can you share Plexus more? And she had her card, and it was a great idea.
I need to do that.
To get in with them. Yeah, because think of all the women that work there. Yeah. So I remember seeing that going, man, she really is out there sharing, and she's a double diamond. So.
Any other questions, guys?
We won't keep y'all much longer. This is really fun.
Super helpful. Okay.
I actually have
one question. I was trying to type in the chat on my phone, but I couldn't do it fast enough.
Go for it.
So, Lynn, I have a question. I know Amy kind of evolved how we get people going, but now that our team and my team is getting bigger and bigger, I'm trying to figure out the simplest way to get people plugged in right away without spending a lot of time managing. So what is your strategy for getting people working right away and giving them the tools they need?
I love you, by the way. I love you.
Love you.
Hi, Rebecca.
Monthly journeys, 2-week journeys, one-on-one messages. So just curious what you do. I love you, Amy.
What I do is I work really closely with my 1 through 3s, primarily obviously with my 1. So when I personally sign my 1, I send them that welcome email, and then I'm in constant contact with them. every day if they really want to work this business. And I say, okay, your first goal is silver. Let's get you there. So I try and get them to do a call with me with their potentials. And I just had a girl join, and we just did one with her people last night. She had 18 people. I challenged her. I said, get 4 or 5. And she's like, oh, I have 18. I was like, okay. So if you can get people doing that, the most successful people on my team, that when they came to me and said, I want this business, they were just coachable, and they would get people on a call with me. And I learned that from her, that you get them on a call. And if they're interested, they'll be on a call. And it's not weird. We just share our story. We share Plexus. We're very real. And it works. People sign up when you can get them to do that. So letting them know, like, you're helping them. And I just send them like the very basic videos. Here's how to go silver. Here's like, I tell them you're going to learn as you go. Don't even worry about the comp plan. You're going to start making money. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Go find three people. They're going to sign up just like you signed up, with a welcome pack, with their convenience order on, and just keeping it simple. Like whatever you send them, they can turn around and send to their people. Like, so, that list you send people of, here's how you sign up as an ambassador. It's super easy. So you tell them, that list I sent you, you copy and paste that, put your website. That's what you send everybody. And everyone starts with the triplex, educating them on those 3 products so they're not overwhelmed by the 16 products we have. That everyone starts with the triplex, and here's why. Blood sugar regulation, gut health, healing your gut, inflammation. You start everyone off on triplex. So they start to think, okay, this is easy, 3 products, that's all I need to learn. Okay, everyone should join as an ambassador if they're going to commit to 60 to 90 days, and they're somewhat interested in sharing. But at the very least, they're going to commit to me for 60 to 90 days of the triplex or more, and just getting them going that way. So a lot of the same stuff you guys do, the less information, the better. And like Amy said, if they're reaching out, like, I watched that video, what's next? Then you kind of gauge, where do they want to go? Do they need to know more about the comp plan based on their personality? Do they just need to watch another motivational video? Like, I love that Success Loves Speed by Rhonda Shaw. So I send that to my true fiery reds, because I'm a red. So if I watch that, I'd be like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to give it my all. Success Loves Speed. I better get going and go fast.
Maybe, Rebecca, you need a blue video. Like,
yes.
Let's all go have a party, go shopping. And
yes.
That's what you need.
Yeah. And depending on their personality or color type, I send different stuff, but the basics of the business. And then just you being in contact with them.
Okay, love it. Simple.
But less the better, because they get super overwhelmed, and you want them to know they can turn around and duplicate this with their people and not be like, oh, I had to watch 10 videos and learn how to share. You just want to keep it simple and just get them into action, because they're going to learn as they do it. Because I joined and I started sharing, not even knowing I'd share, and I put a Facebook post up and 50 people messaged me, and I'm like, what do I do? Oh my gosh. So I know the best way is to learn by just throwing them in. And then they're going to realize the learning curve so much easier than they thought.
Do you see 50 people? I mean, okay, so that's an odd thing to happen. Most people don't post on Facebook and have 50 people. She was obviously a person of influence before Plexus. So those are the kind of people you're looking for. I posted on Facebook and had people too, but I never opened myself up. I had like 120, 150 Facebook friends when I started posting too.
I had like 500.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I love Plexus. Look at my picture. I took a before and after, and I had lost weight, and I felt it immediately, because I had babies. I was always bloated. I was a whole size and a half thinner 4 weeks into it. So I posted that when we could do before and afters, which I still would kind of do now. I mean, just showing like the difference in yourself. And everybody was like, what's Plexus? What's Plexus? What's Plexus? And I think I signed up 8 people that night, ambassadors. I was like, oh my God, I went silver, and I think I'm halfway to gold. And I had like 3,000 PV my first month.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. So, yeah, like Amy said, just be looking for those people of influence, and with a network. That's who I'm really looking for now at this point in my business, because those are the people that are going to run with it if they do. And I've had people of influence and network and not do a thing. So don't get disappointed if you think it's a dream team or join in and they do nothing. You're typing something.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that's helpful. It's like scattered all over the place, but you really want to like identify who the person is and just speak to them. but also keep your duplication simple. Like send the same few videos. Okay, here's how you go silver. Just getting them learning the basics of this business and our products so they feel comfortable enough to share, that they can say, oh, the triplex is amazing, addresses blood sugar regulation, gut health, heals your gut and inflammation, and you're going to feel amazing, have more energy, sleep better. My friend Lynn had all this amazing stuff happen to her, and they share my story. So yeah, keeping it simple in that.
Anyone else?
I had a question actually. So talking about branding, I am struggling with that. I haven't really started branding yet, I feel like. But my struggle is because we have so many people, such an audience for my daughter being sick. And so for years, it's just built up of like, you know, awareness basically. So now I'm trying to figure out like how to brand myself and our family with Plexus along with what we already have going on, you know, for her disease and the awareness. So that's kind of where my struggle is. I don't know if you guys have any like aha moments about that, but I have not had one yet on how to like kind of incorporate it. I mean, obviously we incorporate Plexus with her all the time because it's affected her, but just as far as branding and like my social media pages and all that.
Well, what you have to figure out what type of people you're trying to attract. And so whatever you're trying to attract, like I found for me, I have to attract homeschool moms, large families. You know, I was attracting road schooling first. When I first started my business, I was attracting Hawaii. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to be the Hawaii homeschooling mama, you know, and that's just what you have to do. It's just Hawaii homeschooling. It's just beautiful pictures grasp people. That's what grabs your attention. Yeah. So you're just making everything beautiful, which you already do. You already brand yourself beautifully.
Okay. Well, thank you.
It's going to evolve, Amber. It'll evolve into like so many different things. I mean, I feel bipolar in the past year.
Okay.
I told her, I go, you went from this like crazy bus lady to this like, I have a farm and I collect animal lady.
Hey guys.
That's awesome.
Can I add something to that for her?
Yes, Steph, always.
Where is she?
She's right there. Wait, put it in speaker.
Okay. I can't see her.
So my son has apraxia of speech, and for those of you that don't know what it is, it's something he was born with. He was diagnosed at 2, but it's a neurological issue that impacts his speech. So it's over and above like a speech impediment or a delay or anything. Mm-hmm. And he needs to go to speech like 4 or 5 times a week. So I didn't know. I mean, I had just hit Ruby, I think, when he was diagnosed. So, or on my way to Ruby. But one thing for me is just when you said that, when you started talking about your daughter, the first thing I thought of is that's your why, you know, that's your why. So everything that I share about him or apraxia or anything like that, I always say this, you know, he's my why. He's the reason I do everything. And I'll hashtag why I Plexus. I'll just put that in there, that blurb in there, you know, and every now and then I'll make a comment about this business has blessed me to be able to stay home because I wouldn't be able to work and take him to all his speech appointments, you know, so people get the gist of how this business has blessed me to be able to stay home. And that's definitely, I feel like part of my branding, you know, and that's kind of how I put that out there. But that was the first thing I thought of is, you know, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, he's certainly not sick, but this is something he'll deal with for a very, very long time.
Right.
And thank God for Plexus, because if we didn't have something like this, I don't know how I would work my old job and still be able to care for him and do the things that I do. So I know people that know us and my network and my audience and stuff, I know they know that I'm here, that I'm home because of that, which is, you know.
Right. So basically just putting there, I mean, I feel like I kind of put it out there, but I don't entirely, because it's like this weird guilt thing that I don't want people to think I'm guilting them into Plexus. You know what I mean? Because I'm talking about how people support me. So I, you know, stay home with her. I mean, the reality is like, I can't work. I've never been able to. She's 11 now. So I just need to get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that that's our own little hang up thing in our head. Don't feel that way at all. This business is a huge blessing for you to be able to do that. And think about what your family has went through with her, and I can't even imagine, but just consider the position that you're in, and then consider like a friend of yours or somebody maybe you don't even know that's in the same position, having to go to work, heartbroken and so upset and so stressed, and they don't know about this opportunity. You know, that's how I look at it. And that you just got to flip your thinking on that, because you must be a big yellow. I know I am too. I'm primarily green, but I am yellow too. And that's the first thing we think of is, you know, not wanting to think that, you know, it's awkward at first. I know it was for me too. It's like you're sharing a business with your personal life. You know, it was weird for me to mesh the two. But I've made it real clear to people that Plexus is our life. You know, this is such a part of our life. This is over, above and beyond just any old business. But if you know somebody who builds their own business from the ground up and pours their heart and soul into a personal business, it's no different for them either, you know? But yeah, you just need to really think about other people out there, God forbid, if they are in your position, being able to take advantage of this opportunity, because that's why I share the way I do, because I do have friends that, and their kids aren't even sick, but they really internally struggle with going to work every day, yet, you know, they just don't consider something like this an option. So I'm constantly putting that out there, like, you could do this too, you know? So I just build a lot of my posts around just gratefulness and just, you know, being just humble and just thank God for this opportunity. Thank God for Lynn for sharing it with me and all that stuff. So I just try to put that out there to people so they know my heart and they know where I'm coming from.
Okay. Thanks, Steph, so much. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks, Steph. Yeah, and exactly what you said, Amber. This is you haven't been able to work in 11 years. This is the only thing you've been able to do and not miss a moment and bring in an income. That's what you need to be sharing. That is what you need to be sharing with your network.
Okay.
I mean, that's huge, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, really quick, because we've got to get off here. It's like an hour, but Lauren asked a question. She said about her Bible study sounding arrogant or like a negative Nelly because somebody's been with RNF Skincare for 6 months and she's nowhere near staying home. This is what I say. I straight out say to them, I make bank and I still, you know, am not going to spend that much. Or, you know, there's the area that I just moved in, every single person on the street does RNF skincare. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that's not life-changing. I mean, most people do not feel like skincare is life-changing. Maybe 80% of people don't. So, but people that are getting off diabetes meds and depression meds and anxiety meds and all of that, that's life-changing. So I just tell people, I'm like, listen, the business is great, but it's a lot of money to sign up. The difference is you have to stock product, you have to do parties, and just start naming the differences without, and it's okay to sound arrogant. You're not sounding arrogant. And you can share your success that in a year I'm able to bring home income that allows me to stay home. Yeah, and so don't come across like arrogant and snotty. Come across like you know what you're talking about because you're a boss.
But you want them to do this because you know in another 6 months if they join you, they can stay home. That's what I tell people. I'm like, this is so different. You need to join me in Plexus if you're not passionate or happy where you are, because you can be successful in this and people on my team are doing it all the time.
Yeah, and it's $34.95. Rodan and Fields is like $400 or $500. Most people don't drop that, you know, to start their own business. So you say it's $35. It's a great price point, no parties, no inventory, and you can start right away making money your first paycheck. And so I just change it up. It's all about how you posture yourself in anything. I mean, you can do that. You can do the same thing with oils, the same thing with Pampered Chef, the same thing with anything. It's how you posture yourself is, you won't come off arrogant.
And just tell them honestly from your heart, like, just say, this has been such a blessing for my family and it has allowed me to stay home in such a short period of time that I'm bringing in this income. I don't have to go back to work. I would love to share this with you. That's it. Like, leave it on them, but tell them like what it's done for you in such a short amount of time, like projecting that belief on them that they could do this too with you.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much. I thought this was really cool. Thanks, Stephanie and everybody. And I love brainstorming with leaders. I love talking to people and super excited about the reveal Saturday. I hope all of y'all are too. I know Stephanie, Lynn, and I are flying to Dallas. So,
and we all have no clue and it's killing us. Like, we're like, what is it?
So it's going to be super, super fun. And so I hope y'all are all ready to kill it this year, because this is the year of the silver. That is what corporate told me. This is the year of the silver. So I don't know what that means. Just drop a little hint there, but it's something huge when it comes to something. So that's all I know. But y'all have a really good night. Thank y'all so much for getting on with us.
Yes, thanks for spending an hour of your night with us. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Welcome.